You're watching UnrealEntGaming. This is Beerus, the god of destruction. Make sure you subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and push the like button for me, or else I'll Hakai you from existence.
Oh, and do make sure to watch the entire video all the way through. And to follow UnrealEntGaming on both Instagram and Twitter.
Whiz, enough. On to the video.
With Vegeta taking the opportunity and further going out of his way to train the Universe 6 Saiyans in reaching the powers of Super Saiyan as seen on the previous manga chapter video, with Vegeta going as far as to even help Cabba reach Super Saiyan God, the question going forward is, now that planet Sadalas Saiyans are able to access the powers of Super Saiyan, how much of a difference are these Saiyans actually going to be able to make now that they have the ability to transform into a Super Saiyan? And with Cabba now reaching Super Saiyan God, what exactly does this mean for Vegeta as he aims to train the Universe 6 Saiyans in achieving even higher levels of power? Now, before we dive any further into this video, if you are new to the channel and of course have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball and anime related and want to be kept up to date with everything in regards to Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball Super manga, and everything involving the Dragon Ball IP, then I do encourage you guys to go on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to never miss a single video on this channel, as well as giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys are simply stoked, ready, and excited to see what the future holds in regards to the Dragon Ball franchise. And with all that being said, I want to thank you all so much for your support, and let's dive straight into the video. As our story continues with Caulifla having to be shown absolutely baffled by the recent events happening on planet Sadala, and as she is, with of course Kale shown assisting Caulifla, Caulifla went on to comment, "What's going on? Did you see that? The Sadala Defense Force is dealing with some major firepower. We have to see what's going on." "Right," Kale says. "Hey, get hyped, Kale," Caulifla says. "There might be someone there worth your new power. And mine too. I heard word that Cabba recently handled some threats all on his own that entire teams of Saiyans couldn't handle." And with Kale shown absolutely taken back, Caulifla then went on to continue, "Sounds like fun, and if we beat the Defense Force's best man, maybe we can rake in some of that Defense Force cash and finally make our territory something special. Let's go, Kale." "Okay," Kale says, as we only then make our way back to the Saiyans and having to see how each of them had now achieved the levels of Super Saiyan, with of course Cabba having to be shown achieving Super Saiyan God. Up in the sky, we observe how Vegeta is looking down on the Saiyans with a very intense look on his face, and as he is, Caulifla went on to sense something unusual as she commented, "What's going on? Is everyone a Super Saiyan now?" And as the girls then went on to arrive, the other Saiyans went on to comment, "Look out everyone, we have company. Hey, we're all way stronger than we used to be. We can now take down Caulifla once and for all. She has undermined the Defense Force for too long." And as we then get to see how all the Saiyans then charge in, there seems to be somewhat of a grudge being held with the Saiyan Defense Force and of course Kale and Caulifla, because as soon as the Saiyans go on to charge on in, they went on to shout, "Long live the Sadala Defense Force!" But then, as Kale went on to observe how each of these Super Saiyans are now coming after them, what she ended up doing was she did not waste any time by then having to transform into her Berserker state, and as she did, the fight now begins because Kale is not looking to have these Super Saiyans take her and Caulifla down. And as we then observe how all of the other Super Saiyans are now ganging up on Kale, it's a ferocious battle of tenacity, as of course Kale is in fact holding her own, but by no means is this easy, because assumingly enough, Kale is fighting not only against one, but dozens of other Super Saiyans all at the same time, in which ultimately prompted Kale in powering up in such a way that she ended up blowing away all the other Super Saiyans, in which one of them went on to comment, "She really is the demonic Saiyan." With of course Kale having to overhear this, Caulifla went on to respond, "It's not like she's possessed. Her power just goes to her head. You guys are no better. Look at yourselves." As one of the Saiyans responds, "We can take her down together. We are Super Saiyans now. We have to prevent the planet's destruction. She could kill us all if we don't work together and end this once and for all." In which they tried to do, and with Super Saiyan God Cabba having to oversee this from above, Caulifla went on to cry out as of course she's noticing how Kale is being overtaken, "Come on Kale, get a hold of yourself. Control your power like you did before." As Vegeta went on to say to himself, A planet full of rookie Super Saiyans. I should have seen this coming. Wait a minute. This is starting to look like, as we only then get to see, how Kale in fact is beginning to transform, in which the battle itself on the ground is not easy for either party because as soon as Kale is trying to do her best in controlling her power, Caulifla went on to approach Kale by telling her, "Kale, not this again. Come on. Let me handle this." And as soon as Caulifla then went on to put her hand on Kale's shoulder, Kale in an absolute fit of rage went on to elbow Caulifla behind her, which she didn't seem to have control over her power as she did during the Tournament of Power, and as Kale went on to wind her fist back, she was looking to make contact and ending things once and for all until Super Saiyan God Cabba went on to step in, and he was the one that proceeded in grabbing onto Kale's punch, and as he did, he further went on to address Kale by telling her, "This has gone far enough. As Saiyans, we should only be fighting each other to grow stronger, together. This war will do nothing but destroy us," as only then even Caulifla went on to observe how Kale was beginning to change, and finally, Kale was in fact able to now finally control her power, and as she did, Vegeta went on to comment, "I never thought I would see Planet Sadala's war prevented before my eyes. Coming to this universe has been a learning experience, to say the least. But there is much more to be done," Vegeta says, and as Caulifla went on to approach Cabba, she then went on to ask Cabba, "So Cabba, are you a god now or what? You probably think you can take me and Kale both on, huh?" As Cabba responds, "I don't know about all that, to be honest. This power is new. I'm afraid I can't control it properly yet." As Caulifla responds, "Who shot that giant blast at our planet? That was intense." "That would be me," Vegeta says, and with Caulifla taken back, she then went on to ask, "You, what are you doing here? Looking for a good fight, old man?" "Huh," Vegeta says, "you have no idea what's going on, huh? No surprise. Let's just say I'm here to whip the defense force into shape." "Ha," Caulifla says, "good luck. Super Saiyan or not, these guys are chumps. They need serious work." "Speak for yourself," Vegeta says. "If anyone here needs work, it's you." "Wait a minute," Caulifla says. "Who do you think you're talking to?" "That arrogance," Vegeta responds. "You have a lot of pride. I know it well, its strength and its weaknesses." "I don't need a lecture, old man," Caulifla says. "I know what I'm capable of." "Real pride," Vegeta says, "is pushing yourself regardless of the possibility of defeat. Head on with no fear. That's something you have the opportunity to prove you are capable of now, if you have it within you." And with Kale shown slowly having to approach Vegeta, Caulifla went on to stop Kale by telling her, "No, Kale, I need this." And with Caulifla then shown having to transform into a Super Saiyan, she then went on to tell Vegeta, "Alright, but remember, you asked for it." And with Vegeta having to be shown smiling, Caulifla then went on to take initiative in charging directly at him, and as she does, she did not waste any time in quickly having to get behind him, but Vegeta doesn't seem to be concerned at all. As a matter of fact, Vegeta doesn't even move, but instead, he just smiles, as of course Caulifla went on to miss one of her strikes. It was at that moment where Caulifla knew that Vegeta was in fact incredibly fast, as she went on to comment, "Man, he's fast." But this doesn't slow Caulifla down, as of course she was unrelenting in her pursuit and having to attack Vegeta, and as she does, Vegeta went on to then respond by asking, "You think you can win as a Super Saiyan? That's rich. Just so we're on the same page, I'm not impressed." And the second we get to see how Vegeta isn't even fighting back, but instead ducking, dodging, bobbing, weaving, and even blocking off Caulifla's attacks, Caulifla knew that she needed to step up, in which she did in transforming into a Super Saiyan 2, and as she did, she went on to comment, "Alright, fine. Super Saiyan 2. But the end result of this fight was still the same, as Vegeta went on to tell Caulifla, "Well, I guess this proves it. You're all talk. Hate to break it to you, but you are out of your league." As an angry Caulifla responds, "How dare you? You want my full power? You've got it." To where it was at that moment where Caulifla went on to step it up once again by transforming into a Super Saiyan 3 for the first time, and even as she did, she then went on to shout, "How do you like it? Super Saiyan 3, but Vegeta is not impressed, as he went on to ask, "You think that means anything to me?" As a familiar aura is then beginning to surround him, with of course Vegeta's eyes having to be shown getting darker, it was at that moment where Super Saiyan 3 Caulifla went on to attack Vegeta, but Vegeta seems to have tapped back into the power of the Hakaishin, because with such ease Vegeta is shown kicking Caulifla's arm down, he's shown basically having to toy around with her, and as he is, Caulifla knows that she's at a significant disadvantage, as she went on to comment, "Damn it, this isn't a fight, you just keep running. I bet you're all talk." But then, out of nowhere, Vegeta winds up getting right in Caulifla's face, as he went on to respond, "Ha, Wouldn't that be convenient for you? But don't kid yourself, and with one simple poke to the forehead, Caulifla's body is then shown flying out into the distance, and as she is, she quickly went on to maintain her balance as she did notice that Vegeta was no longer in front of her, but instead, Vegeta ended up right behind her, and as he was, he proceeded to then chop Caulifla directly in the neck, which ultimately resulted in Vegeta having to literally knock out Caulifla, very similar to how Beerus did with Goku in Battle of Gods, which even Kale can't seem to believe it, as Vegeta went on to comment, "This is what relying on Super Saiyan will ultimately lead to. Push yourself without a crutch. That's how you grow." Caulifla, Kale says, "Don't worry, sis. I promise, I'll make sure of it. We will grow strong enough to where no one will do this to us ever again." Cabba, Vegeta says, "Eyes on me." "Sir," Cabba says, as Vegeta went on to tell him, "I hope you're ready." The real lesson starts here, as only then the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Story of Planet Sadala manga chapter number 4 special then comes to a close. Now, what I really enjoyed about this manga chapter was seeing the level of detail behind the art, because without question, this has to be the best manga chapter within this story, and I absolutely loved how Vegeta demonstrated his Hakai powers by having to use that against Caulifla, and to even see the overall dynamic relationship in which Monty Black and Jordan Lee had put together was, in my opinion, really good. I love the overall demonstration of Vegeta kind of showcasing his power by chopping Caulifla in the neck and one-shotting her completely, and even giving Cabba some shine, because normally enough, Cabba sometimes tends to take a backseat to Kale and Caulifla, but here, it's a little different. So again, I do want to get your thoughts and feedback on this, and more importantly, as to what you guys want to see going forward, only because we haven't forgotten about the Neo Machines, because of course the Neo Machines are still lurking around. They have control of the Saiyan King, and they're looking to invade planet Sadala, but the question going forward is how exactly are they going to do that with now A, Vegeta having to now wield the powers of Hakai, B, Cabba gaining Super Saiyan God, and C, Kale and Caulifla now being able to ascend beyond their previous limitations in getting a power that goes far beyond what they showcased during the Tournament of Powers. So again, we want to get your thoughts and feedback down below. If you guys enjoyed, then be sure to give this video a big fat thumbs up by slapping that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Also, be sure to check out Jordan Lee and Monty Black's Twitter if you guys want to go on ahead and keep up with them or give them any of your recommendations or suggestions. You guys can find their links located down in the description box below. Again, thank you all so much for your time. Thank you all so much for watching. Tune back in for more, and we'll be seeing each and every single one of you down the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody, and take care. Peace. And a quick little reminder before you exit the video, if you guys are unaware, follow me on my secondary channels, which are also used to discuss and talk about all kinds of different subjects and topics, including gaming and live streams, beginning with Unreal Network, which is a channel dedicated in discussing all kinds of movies, breakdowns, current events, scary stories, theories, and more. So if you are someone who is into the entertainment world, then that's the channel for you. So head on over and subscribe over on Unreal Network, which up next is Unreal Vlogs, where I bring you guys a little closer into my life and taking you behind the scenes with vlogging content, parody videos, reactions, motivational videos, uplifting videos, and more. So if you want to get to know me on more of a personal level, then that's the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button to always be in the loop with Unreal Vlogs. And lastly, my gaming channel, Unreal Royale, where on that channel we dive more into the world of gaming, ranging from all different kinds of video games, from Dragon Ball to Resident Evil to Grand Theft Auto, Halo, Gears of War, Minecraft, all kinds of horror games, shooters, RPGs, and more, including live streams. So if you're a gamer and are into the gaming world, then smash that subscribe button over at Unreal Royale and experience the ride with me. I want to thank you all so much for your time. Thank you all so very much for your support, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you in the next video.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
Also follow UnrealEntGaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be dead! Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck's up? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Freezer.
Uh-oh.
Prepare to die!
But once you get video, lots of likes, or Bill will turn you into chocolate!
Vados, get over here. Tell these mortals
knows was that I'm the biggest UnrealEntGaming fan. This is my moment. I'm a part of his notification squad. Universe 7 can have all the fun. I just want the food.
And don't forget to leave a comment on this video. Show some love for the best community on YouTube.
Kakarot!